Hey, Ravens fan. The team is getting ready for another big game, but there is some news you need to know about who will be out on the field. Malik Harrison, Rasheen, and Deonte Harty are some of the players who will miss the game, and this could make a big difference in the match. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on with them and how the team will manage without these important guys. Stay tuned until the end, because every detail could change the course of the game against the Buccaneers. Go Ravens! Malik Harrison, our linebacker, will be sitting out another game, this time against the Buccaneers. He's dealing with a groin injury and, unfortunately, hasn't practiced for the last 2 weeks. This is tough because he has been making a difference on defense, even though he's only played a portion of the snaps. With 10 tackles so far this season, he's shown he's important to the defensive system, and losing a player like him in such an important game makes us a little more worried. With Harrison out, the Ravens' defense will need to adjust quickly. Players like Chris Board and Josh Ross will have to step in for him, which means the rotation will change a bit. While they've had some playing time, it's not the same as having Harrison out there, who brings extra security to the team. Now, the defense will have to find new ways to handle the powerful Tampa Bay offense, especially if the Buccaneers' ground game is sharp. This absence of Harrison makes us think about another important loss for the Ravens, which also impacts the team in a different way. Rasheen. He's dealing with a new injury and will also be unavailable. But will the ground game miss him as much as the defense will miss Harrison? In addition to Malik Harrison's absence, another key player who won't be taking the field is Rasheen. He just made his season debut, but is now out again due to an ankle injury. This is frustrating because Ali started the year on the injured list with a neck problem, and just when he was finally able to play, this new injury popped up. Although Coach John Harbaugh said the ankle issue isn't too serious, he will be out, and that could complicate the ground game a bit. Without Ali, the Ravens' backfield will rely even more on Derrick Henry and Justice Hill, who have been splitting the plays well. However, losing a player like Ali, who was starting to find his rhythm, takes a bit of depth from the rotation. The game against Tampa Bay will require a lot from our offense, and any imbalance could be dangerous. Even if Henry and Hill are in good shape, having Ali available would definitely provide more options and help keep the game flowing smoothly. But Ali isn't the only one who's out. The situation gets trickier when we look at the special teams, where wide receiver and returner Deonte Harty has also been placed on injured reserve. This directly affects the return game, which could make a big difference in the match. And you, fan, what do you think about this situation? Leave your thoughts in the comments if you believe Rasheen Ali's absence will hurt our team, or if you think we have substitutes who can step up. Let's discuss this in the comments. Deonte Harty's absence is another blow for the Ravens. He has been placed on injured reserve due to a knee injury and won't be able to play. Harty has been the primary returner for both punts and kickoffs, a crucial role in helping the team gain good field position. Now, without him, the Ravens will need to find substitutes who can maintain that level of efficiency on special teams, and it seems Justice Hill and Tylan Wallace will take on this responsibility. The big question here is how this will affect the team during the game. Long returns can be the difference between starting an offensive drive in a good position or further back on the field. Harty has been consistent, and losing that security is a risk, especially against a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is known for having a solid defense. Hill and Wallace have talent, but this will be a big opportunity and also a big test for them to show they can handle that responsibility. And as if that wasn't enough, the Ravens' defense is also dealing with more uncertainties. Arthur Maulet and Broderick Washington are both questionable for the game, which could leave our defense even more shorthanded. These defensive doubts are concerning and keep us watching for the recovery of these players. Well, we're past the halfway point of our video, but I noticed you haven't left a like on this video yet. It's really important for YouTube to keep recommending my content to you, and I'll continue bringing you updates, so go ahead and hit that like button. It's free. Thanks. Now let's continue. The Ravens defense still doesn't know if they can count on two important players, Arthur Maulet and Broderick Washington. Maulet, who had knee surgery and hasn't played this season, finally managed to participate in a full practice, which is a good sign. However, he's still listed as questionable, and the team will monitor his condition until the last minute. His return could provide a good boost for the secondary, which will need to be sharp against the Buccaneers' aerial attack. Broderick Washington is also questionable after missing the game against the Commanders due to a knee injury. He has been limited in practice, which makes his participation uncertain. Without him, the defensive line may be a bit more exposed, especially when it comes to containing the ground game. This puts even more pressure on the other defensive players, who will need to step up to compensate for Washington's possible absence. With all these doubts and injuries, Monday's game becomes even more challenging for the Ravens. Both the Ravens and the Buccaneers come in with the same 4-2 record, and the absences could be the deciding factor in this matchup. This showdown between two evenly matched teams promises to be a true test of endurance for Baltimore. Monday night's game between the Ravens and the Buccaneers promises to be exciting. Both teams come in with the same record of 4 wins and 2 losses, making this matchup crucial for anyone looking to solidify their spot at the top of the standings. Despite all the injuries and uncertainties, the Ravens have shown throughout the season that they know how to adapt and overcome adversity. But this will be one of their biggest challenges so far. Tampa Bay has a strong team, especially on defense, and the Ravens will need to play smart to come out with a win. The key to this game will be how the team handles all the absences. Players like Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, and the substitutes on defense will need to shine to fill the gaps left by the injured players. Every play and every decision will count in such a balanced game. Preparing to face a team like the Buccaneers requires total focus, and the team needs to step onto the field with the mindset that any mistake could cost them dearly. This matchup will showcase the strength and resilience of the Ravens in the face of so many obstacles. Fans can expect a tense and emotional game, where every detail will make a difference. After this clash of titans, will the Ravens come away with their 5th victory of the season? Now that you're fully updated on all the injury news for the Ravens, it's hard not to feel a mix of anticipation and concern as we look ahead to the game against the Buccaneers. The absences of key players like Malik Harrison, Rasheen, and Deonte Harty could have a significant impact on how the team performs. The defense will need to quickly find its footing without Harrison's leadership and tackling ability, while the offense will have to adjust its strategy in light of Ali's absence and the uncertainty around Harty's role on special teams. Every detail matters in a matchup like this, especially when both teams come in with matching 4-2 records. The Ravens have shown time and again that they can adapt to adversity, but the question remains, can they rise to the challenge against a formidable opponent like the Buccaneers? It's a true test of resilience and teamwork, where each player stepping up can make all the difference. So, what do you think? Do you believe the Ravens can overcome these hurdles and come out on top? Or will these injuries prove too costly? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's discuss how you think this game will unfold. Go Ravens!